Hey everybody, it is none other than who your favorite girl vocal with AJ Reese on this amazing Monday. This video will drop on Thursday. I know y'all like say, what? Get out of here. Yeah, out of here. Um, I hope all is going well. I'm telling you, remember I made the video earlier when I was out and about. Let me tell you something. Satan will always try it. Always try you. That's one of the reasons you'll know you're on the right track with God, because he will come and try it. So, so I'm at the laundromat earlier. I'm washing clothes, right? When I went in there in the beginning, and I know y'all like, why she smile? Because God just gives me a sense of humor, and that's all I could say. Somebody else wouldn't have taken it like that. They would have went off and did a whole bunch of other stuff and then ended up in some legal trouble. There are just times literally God will just give me the upside of something and it turns hilarious instead of. So anyway, my son had met me there. He met me there because he had stuff to do for his household. So normally, we'll make it a day to just link up and talk and share and all that while washing, drying clothes. So when I got there first, as I said before. And when I got there was a young lady in there who I knew right away was off. And when I say off, I'm talking about mentally off. She was off. She was off. So she's off, laughing to herself, vaping, or whatever they call that thing that they, whatever. So she's vaping, but she has a hospital gown on, and then she has pants on, but they're not up. She has them, they're like pulled down to like her ankles, like she's about to take them off. So I knew that when I first saw her, and she's like talking to herself, she's like laughing hysterically, whatever. So I'm standing there putting my clothes in the washer, and I'm just like, okay. I just begin to pray for her silently, internally for her. And I'm just like, Lord, save her. I don't know what has happened in her life that has caused her to arrive at this, but save her. So she sees me, I see her. Went on about my business. So finally, I'm sitting in my car. Then my son pulls up, comes over, say whatever, goes in, does what he have to do, come back out, and he gets in the car and sit with me. So I'm sitting there talking. So then, by this time, clothes are in the dryer now. They're drying. So he says, now mind you, I was there before him. So he was like, well, I'm going to go check on my clothes to see if they done drying. I said, okay, which I already had a feeling mine were done. But for some reason, I just sat in the car for an extra few minutes. So I'm sitting in the car. He gets out. All of a sudden, he calls my phone. And I was like, hello. He was like, come here. And he said it just like that. So I was like, something's wrong. What the something is, I don't know. But I know my children enough to know when something's wrong or they're just fine or whatever. So I was just like, oh Lord, here we go. So I get out the car, go in, and he's over at the dryers. And I see my clothes. I see my clothes in the cart. I know y'all like, why is she laughing again? So I'm thinking he did it. No. Sister girl went in my dryer, took my clothes out and put them in the cart. And I knew she did it because the vape thing that she was vaping with was in the cart on the bottom. So I'm just sitting there like, and there are times literally you have to make a decision at that moment. You don't have time to think, you're just making a decision. I made a decision to still have peace, not to overreact, not to whatever. But I felt the mother in me rise up. And I looked at her. I looked at, now remember I talked about calling some things out. I looked right at her. I said, you know better. I said, you know better. I said, you know better than to touch somebody's clothes. I said, don't you touch my stuff again. Do you hear? Yes. Yeah. And I took her vape that she had and I threw it at her. Yeah, I did. She caught it. She had a good hand. She caught it. Y'all probably like, what? Yeah, she caught it. Like Al Bundy, she went long. I threw it. She caught it. Good. If she didn't, that's her problem. But anyway, when I walked in, when I first saw her, I'm going to put it like that, I knew. I saw Satan. I seen him. I seen that demonic spirit on her. I saw it. So it didn't surprise me at what she did. It didn't surprise me. You want to hear something even crazier? There are other people in there that are washing and drying clothes. My son and I, we were the only two that she went and touched our stuff. She didn't touch nobody else's but ours. And we're both believers. She didn't touch anybody else's. People were in there before we even came in to wash clothes. She didn't touch nobody. But I'm going to tell you what I noticed. That spirit came under authority, under the sound of my voice in Jesus Christ. She became it became real shook. Because when I feel something strongly, I walk in that authority. Learning how to walk in the God-given authority that God has given us to bring that thing under subjection. To do what? Obey. So I didn't get bent out of shape. I didn't yell. And my son said when he walked in, he said she was staring at him like, I wonder if he's going to notice that their stuff is like, she had his clothes, him and his fiance stuff, like their towels like draped over the top of the laundry cart or the basket thing that you push around in the laundromat. He said he was looking like, wait a minute. Now I know these are my clothes, but who did this? It was her. People in there were telling. They said, oh, it was her. So we had the owner of the laundromat wash some stuff again for us. Because I said she was touching our stuff. She's in our stuff. Like, that's a violation. Like, you don't go in people's belongings and just start touching stuff. So you could see the frustration on his face because he looking like, now I got to sit and do this again. And you mean to tell me, well, yeah. So my son said when he walked in and he realized she the one that did it because people started telling him, he said she was standing there. She was standing there like almost like near the stuff. And he said he looked her in her face and he said to her, I'm going to say it one time, move. And she scurried her little self back over where we first saw her when I first got there this morning. And she stayed over there. And she was just looking like, they know it's me. Yeah, And I said to him, I said, but look at this though. I said, nobody else stuff she touched, but she touched ours. And I looked at her, I said, Satan, I see you. I see you. But you know better than to try to make a move again while I'm here. You know better. You already know what it's hitting for. So, the laundry attendant owner, he said, I called the cops. They have not come yet. I said, they probably won't because this is more of a mental health and behavioral health issue to them. And it's really crazy of the times that we're in because now they have to weigh and judge what's more importance. That or somebody that got like a stabbing, a shooting, or a hit and run, or something like, it's really crazy we are in these times, but we are. Where they're making a decision as to do they come or don't they? That's just where we're at. But I'm going to tell you, but the Holy Ghost will show up whenever we need him. And he showed up. She didn't destroy our clothes. She didn't throw them on the floor. She didn't. For whatever reason, she felt the need to go in the dryer, start taking the clothes out and put them in the cart. I don't know. Maybe she thought she was helping us. I don't know. But again, my prayer for her remains the same. Lord, save her and deliver and allow her to be set free. Because you can totally see that Satan has gotten a hold of her. I don't know how she arrived at the state that she's in mentally. I don't know. It's not my business. But it is my business to pray for her. It really is. And my heart goes out to her. And it's cold outside. And she doesn't have a coat or anything. She just has a hospital gown and some pants that you see down at the bottom and some shoes, and really that's it. And some papers she got folded in her hand, and then that little vape thing she keep smoking from or whatever. And she's just constantly like laughing out loud about what, I don't know. But again, some people, God God has a sense of humor because he knows exactly who to have where. I just looked, I said, God. And I just started to laugh I started to make it humorous to the point where my son started laughing. Because I told him, I said, you see how I said, look how she keep looking at us over there. Because you know what it looks like? It looked like a child after they've gotten reprimanded by their parents. It's almost like they trying to see, like, am I in good graces with them? Like, are they ever going to forgive me? Like, am I going to be in trouble forever? Type of look. She's like a little kid. And it's like, aside from all of that, we've got to still be sensitive to God's people because she's still his child. She is still his daughter, no matter what. That's his creation. Whatever decisions and choices she's made in her life that has caused her, or whatever trauma she's experienced that has caused her to arrive at to where she's at now mentally, only God knows. It's not my place to sit and try to figure it out or judge it. It's not. But it is my job to still pray for her because she's a soul. Had that been somebody else, they would have hurt her. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be real sensitive and we have to know. So again, I'm just like, Satan, I see you. I see you. I guess he wanted me to get like all riled up and rah-rah and all. No. But I did tell the other people in there, I said, watch your stuff. Because you could see clearly she was plotting on other people. She was plotting, I guess, on the next set of dryers she was going to go in. So I told them, y'all better watch your stuff. Because not next it'll be like an episode of Martin. When Martin and Gina was down at the train station or the bus station. And they were looking for their clothes. And that guy and girl had their stuff on. Yeah, it probably turned into something like that. But again, God has a sense of humor. And he just has a way. He has a way. But again, when you're on the right track, Satan will try you. So that is all I have for you guys. But I just thought it was hilarious. It was to the point my son and I, we were in there we were just laughing. We were laughing because it just started to get funny. I was just... So, to God be the glory. That's all I can say. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, this video will drop at midnight on Thursday morning. So, again, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. To who? None other than your girl. Vocal with AJ Reese. Peace.